Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Amethyst Room Witch and today I'm going to be doing a book review on the Wise Woman Witchery 2026 Daily Planner. So I used these in 2024, 2025 this year, and this is the one for next year, 2026. Now I love these because they are so well laid out. I love the design on it. It's such a cool design because I have a black cat, I have witches hats because I've got 3 of them, and I love books. So this design is right up my street. So that's always a positive. So just to go through the opening cover, it's a blank page, but then it moves on to what Wise Woman Witchery as an entity is about, and it's so good. And then it just sort of explains what the plan is about. So there's lunar cycles and seasonal celebrations, lunar intentions that can be set, and suggestions for things that, as a user of the diary, things that I can explore with spell work or rituals, as well as some astrological info. Then we have a year to the page. So it's almost like I can mark down on this page any important dates, recurring or otherwise, and just go from there. Now, this isn't just a Wise Woman Witchery planner. It's created by Wise Woman Witchery and someone else. So we've got an intro to who's who. So this is Emily. Emily Morrison. She's the creatrix behind Wise Woman Witchery. I've loved working with her for years, since about 2019 actually. But it's one of those things where once I find someone I like working with, I'm not going to look elsewhere, especially when I like how they do things. And I love how Emily does things. So this is her little bio, and then we have Brittany Riggins, astrologer and owner of, Witch on Fire Astrology. So that's her info. There's some helpful tips on supporting your magical practice. So there's seasonal altars, divination, and then we move into the astrology of 2026. It's a brief rundown. So there's that, and then we've got a sort of an intro to astrology. So there's the astrological houses. So when you look at a birth chart, there's it's divided into 12, and they're numbered 1 through 12, going anti-clockwise around. That's these. So we've got what they are, what they represent, just so that we can reference it if we want to look into various astrological events for ourselves. Next, we've got the lunar occurrences, the lunar happenings, the lunar cycles, and the phases and zodiac influences. So this is what the moon's doing. So we've got the new moon, we've got, that's the new moon. The full moon is over here, so we've then got the 1st and 3rd quarter moons, and it just tells you these are the peak energies, and that's all, which is great. It's good fun. Let's see, October next year, full moon is going to be on the 25th of October. That's okay, I can handle that. And there's no lunar occurrences near my birthday. Oh, what about other birthdays? There's a few things that could not necessarily be problematic, but things that I'm intrigued by. But then rather than having it all up here, we can reference what sign the moon will be in at the full and new. So it starts being listed by the first lunar event of 2026, which happens to be a full moon. So it's the full moon in Cancer, and it goes through and says what each one is. Now, this doesn't say whether the new and full moons are eclipses, but I'm fairly certain that'll come up later on. And then we're given some useful astrology websites. The planetary key meanings. I love this page, although, yeah, there's a planet missing. There is one planet missing, but that's okay. I think it's been missing since the beginning, but I'm sure at some point Emily will discover that Jupiter is missing off this list. But these are all the main planets. It's all the planets that are used in astrology, and Eris, who I believe is an asteroid. I could be wrong. Need to brush up on that one. But then we've got the signs of the zodiac and what they can mean. So with Aries, you've got the springtime force, because it's the sign that kickstarts spring. It starts on the spring equinox. So there's that. I love that the Aquarius is described as the happy weirdo. I am an Aquarius, so and I celebrate the fact that I am absolutely weird. I think it's hilarious because people are like, why describe yourself as weird? Because it's fun and it's different, and it makes me happy because it just confuses people. Right, so next we have a lunar cycle manifestation plan. So this is one of those plans that you can do every new moon. Don't know if it's given to us every month, but it might be. Gonna double check on that one. It is. So it says new moon or lunar cycle intention, but it's the whole page. So there's different questions and spaces to write what your intention is, 3 action steps to take to make it happen, what you're going to do during the waxing moon, by the full moon, and then during the waning moon. And then if you want to pull any tarot or oracle cards, you can do, and you can write down what they are. Next, we have zodiac signs and dates. So these are the zodiac seasons. So when the sun is in these signs is during these dates. And the little astrological symbol is provided for all of them as well. I love that. It's always handy having another reference page for these things. Next we have a list of the days of the week and the planets they're ruled by, purely because some people like to use days of the week and planets and other days of the week associations to time their spell work. So there's that. Then we have the Witchy Wheel of the Year calendar. So these are all 8. So, I mean, it says winter solstice December 19th to 23rd, because I think in some according to one way of calculating, it's the 21st of December. Astrologically, it's a different date, and there's all sorts of ways of working it out. And so I personally just do it on the 25th because there's nothing else to do on that day, so I might as well just celebrate it then. But anyway, so there's that handy dandy little list, but we are reminded elsewhere. So next it moves into January, so it gives a little ideas, some simple practices of what we can do and make astrology, January astrology. So the astrological events. Just ideas of how you can like temper the astrological side of things with life generally. It carries on for a couple of pages, and then if you want to make any notes, there's space for that as well. Then we've got another lunar cycle manifestation plan. We've got a prepare for the year with some simple inquiry, an idea for a tarot spread for the whole year. To be honest, I quite like doing one of these. There's a particular workshop that Emily does that I'm always looking forward to, and I will never miss it if I can help it. It's always fun to redo, so there's that. But there's an extra page for notes. But there's also a page for card guidance. Now I don't do past, present, future for the month. I will use this page for my cards for the month. So when I do my year spread with Emily, because it's part of the workshop, I'll use 2 of these for it and just write down what cards I pulled. Should probably make a note of what deck I've used as well. So there's that, and then we move into the big stuff. This is where the big stuff comes in, because this is the month of January. So it still tells you when the full moon, third quarter, new moon, and first quarter moons will be. Doesn't tell you what the signs, but I'm fairly certain I can find a way to add those in just for my own peace of mind, which is fine. But I've also still got space for notes. Apologies for that, y'all. That's my black cat Loki. I don't know what he's after. He does this at the minute, and I don't know what it's about. He just does it. He likes to yowl. But anyway, so each day has plenty of space to write down what's happening. So if there's a particular event, then I can write that down. I also use it to keep track of video ideas and what I'd like to do when, what I want to post when, and also blog ideas. Loki. Yeah, I'm in here. What? Right. This is the Yowler. He's happily purring. I love him to bits, just not when you're yowling. Don't go that way. You are not coming on this table. Let's get that straight right away. Oh, what is it with my cats? But that's Loki. Luna's the one who's usually floating around. But this time it's Loki who wants attention. Right. So yeah, each day in this full spread, I mean I'll show January, but this continues for every month. So every month we'll have this page. And then it moves into a new moon card spread. So it gives 3 questions of what you can ask. It does give you a chance to write a date and what deck you've used, write down the cards or draw the cards, or if you've got stickers of them, you can use the stickers of the cards. It's handy dandy. The ideas of what you can ask at the new moons. There's 3 questions to coincide with 1, 2 and 3. And then there's the same for the full moon, but the questions are different. What truth is being illuminated at this time? What's ready to be released? And then we move into a week per 2 pages. So it's a week spread with notes, a to-do list, what intentions we might have set. Now, I will admit, I don't really use these pages very much, just purely because I'm not a morning person and these diaries start at 6 a.m. and I'm a few hours. My day does not start for a few hours after that. I mean, I could note it down. Could probably do with using it more, just to keep track of what I do and when. And then it moves into February. So then we've got like an idea for the energy of the month, simple practices that we can bring in, and then astrology. Some months will be like January, where there's like 2.5 pages. February has 1.5. And then we've got the lunar cycle manifestation plan, a page for notes, and the card guidance for the month. And then we have the February 2-page spread. As I said, it continues for every month, so every month is like that. So we've got February, we've got March, we've got April. Just double checking the months here, because one year we had 2 months, we had 2 Octobers, which was good fun. So we've got April, and we move into May. And we've got June. So it's really going through every month. So we've got July and August. And September. Just making sure there's no double months. October, there shouldn't be. November. And then we've got December. Now, right at the end of December, of course, is a lovely little section that's a little bit bigger than last year. I quite like it that it's a bit bigger than last year, but there's a page for notes, and then there's a 2027 year to a page. So you can start looking at when things will be, and just to make plans and things. But then it gives you a chance to look at the manifestation plan for 2027 and what notes, any notes you might want to make. And then there's several pages of several pages worth of space for notes, I should say. There's a few pages. That'll come in handy. I missed that last year, but it's back. So I'm happy. But no, I'm going to get to organising this, because I will use the heck out of this. This is my diary. If it's not in here, it's not happening. I genuinely have to remind myself about these things. If it's not in in a diary somewhere that can remind me, it didn't happen, and I won't remember it. So I love it. It's well worth the money. I'll pop a link in the description for where you can get your own copy of this. It does come pre-printed, so there's no printing and binding that you've got to do. It comes as is. So if you would like to get one yourself, please do. You can. I'm in the UK and I can get one of these, so you can get one anywhere. Hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you get your own, and I hope you and if you do get one or have one and use it, I hope you get plenty of enjoyment out of it. So thank you for joining me, and I'll be back soon for some more magic. Stay safe, everyone, and blessings to you all.